it's like he had to reset and relax. Did you get that vibe?
Oh yes, I mean he was under a huge pressure, especially against someone who is probably in his same team, which is Team Stallions. So beating him after conceding, let's say, from a very silly mistake, something that he will never and he cannot do here, especially in the final. Because if you do it here, there is absolutely no way back to come back to the game.
For Juninho, well, actually, let's talk about Chomkata because we're seeing him now. We've talked about, he's got so much talent, but he's needed a bit of luck. Have we seen him actually been gifted any luck during this tournament, or has it just been hard work and grit, Alia?
I think it's just been hard work, and it showed when he came up against Malaysia in the semi-finals. That's the current world champion, and as we mentioned earlier, every time he took a shot at goal, he scored it. So I think
Hello,
his calmness is probably his biggest advantage, but I don't think it's luck.
जस्तो लागिरहेछ आजको फाइनल ब्राजिल भर्सेस थाइल्यान्ड जुनिनो भर्सेस जेएक्स एमकेटी आज हो र फाइनल हजुर भइरहेछ अब स्टार्ट हुन लाग्यो ई फुटबल च्याम्पियन Junino R9 haircut.
When you are part of Brazil, Thailand, your country, you're representing them, and I think it just seems to mean that little bit more. Like we've seen sort of the gathering there with the Brazilian players, staff, everybody. It really strikes me.
म चाहिँ ब्राजिल सपोर्टर है खतरा छ यार त्यो नि हान्ला
and of course maybe a team of playing for your nation, playing for a team like they do.
यता यो थाइल्यान्डको पनि कम छैन जेएक्स एमकेटी ग्रुप स्टेज म्याचमा चाहिँ दुईचोटि परेको थियो यिनीहरूको एउटा म्याच 1-1 भयो अर्को म्याचमा यसले जितेको थियो 2-1 जुनिनोलाई अब के हुन्छ कुन टिम खेल्दैछ मिजु आज फाइनलमा ब्राजिल र थाइल्यान्ड
is their mental side, because you have to be calm. You know how you are going to start the game. Let's say in the first 15-30 minutes in game time, and that's where everything will be decided.
How much homework did you do on your opposition back in 2015? He was Julian from France.
Yes.
How much homework did you have to do before you went up against him?
I had to go through a lot of things, but Julian is the only player that he beats me a lot before that World Cup. So we faced in France, we faced in Madrid. He was winning me.
दुईटालाई विन हो किनभनेदेखि फर्स्ट प्राइज भनेको $30,000 सेकेन्ड प्राइज $18,000
against the Thailand player,
but
now is the time.
Stage to go.
Last year as well, where Juninho played in another tournament. Me, Harry, and Alex were there actually in a grand final.
ब्राजिल को त हेयर कट पनि रोनाल्डो नाजारियोको जस्तै छ त यो खतरा हो के यो ई फुटबलमा एकदम चर्चा परिचर्चा भएको जुनिनो अस्तिको ई फुटबल च्याम्पियनशिप जित्ने यही हो यार
It is time for the Fifae
Worldcup
Grand Finals featuring eFootball Mobile.
सबैले गोल कति होला भनौं त तपाईहरुलाई सजिलो बनाइदिन्छु म अस्तिको यिनीहरुको डे 1 र डे 2 मा नि म्याच परेको थियो ग्रुप स्टेजमा फर्स्ट म्याच 1-1 भएको थियो सेकेन्ड गेम थाइल्यान्ड 2 ब्राजिल 1 भएको थियो अब के होला त आज चाहिँ मोरक्कोको इजिप्टको जुनिनो हिजोको यार सेमी फाइनल वर्ल्ड च्याम्पियनलाई हराइदियो यार हिजो यसले दुई चोटि हराइदियो यार वर्ल्ड च्याम्पियनलाई मलेसियाको मिनबापेलाई खैरेले जित्छ यार खैरे हाम्रो थाइल्यान्डको यार Juninho
ganhar meu segundo título mundial consecutivo I want to be champion because this is
थाइल्यान्डको माल हानेर आएको छ फिक्स थाइल्यान्डले जित्छ अरे अब हो कि क्या
acho que vai ser jogo muito difícil
जित्न सक्छ टक्कर हुन्छ जे होस्
I not pay for myself, I pay for my country.
ट्रोफी त हेर आम्मामाम बबाल छ त ट्रोफी लेट्स प्ले 5 4 3 2 1 ल हियर वी गो फाइनल म्याच ब्राजिलले जित्छ हो मित्रहरू हेरौँ अब के हुन्छ अहिले हट रेट 154 भइसकेको छ थाइल्यान्ड यता 96 कुल
It's an early corner here, Wes, to Chomkata of Thailand. Will keep
Del Piero,
first
corner.
Early chance for the War Elephants here. It's headed away. This final, no doubt,
goes at Ronaldo la counter Brazil ko.
Yeah, this one is for all the marbles. No quarter will be given and none will be gained unless there are mistakes thrown in as Brazil have the ball.
Yeah, here is Juninho.
Locked it. Ayo,
CR7 trying to find Mbappe foreign. I mentioned earlier at the top of the show he picked up some scrapes along the way, did the yellow canary, but he survives, he is here. But the War Elephants of Thailand are ready to crush the
Ronaldo! Oi, early chance Thailand.
It's a tie corner.
Yeah, it had to come through.
Corner.
Arduous task of taking down both Greece and Egypt with golden goals aplenty.
Matis Oliveira भन्ने लेफ्ट ब्याक रोनाल्डो पोल ठोक्या ल फेरि दुईचोटि ठोके नि पोल यार
Chomkata starting this mobile final very brightly indeed.
Kante Thuram
Of course they were in the
कस्तो हान्छ यार पास क्यान्सल यिनीहरूले
6 points available. Thailand picked up 4 of them.
अलि हाइप देऊ के दो चिच्चाउनै पर्दैन नि म्याच हेरेर टक्क यसो आनन्दले यताबाट सोर्लो नाइस 1-0 थाइल्यान्डको ल के हो दिन्छ क्या जुनिनोलाई ल च्याम्पियनलाई त्यसले त stunning hand there. Sorlot.
That's a thunderous hit from Chomkata. You'll see it again here. Again, brilliant little short pass into. I believe that's Alexander Sorlot. Lets the ball just get onto that half volley. Was a stunning stroke. You'll see that purple bar.
1-0.
And my word, what a hit!
What a hit from Chomkata.
Saliba. हान्ला त कमब्याक ब्राजिलले जुनिनोले Rodri.
Now what can the world champion of this year's Konami World Finals produce in response? Headed down towards Cristiano Ronaldo. He's still giving
Gattuso
a good go. He's on the ball now for Juninho. Can't get a good enough strike away.
एक बार डिफेन्स अन भइसकेछ यताबाट.
And both players really going at each other here.
Yeah, neither one of them knows the reverse gear as Brazil look to bring this one over halfway with Mbappe. There won't be any defensive play here, folks, you don't feel, as the ball goes into the channel, but it's over here, Harry, but spy the heart rate on Chomkata.
यो थाइल्यान्डको उयो हेर्नु नै हट रेट 188 कस्तो उयो भइरह होला Carlos
As for Brazil, well, it's
Dan Bon यार यो खतरा छ Dan Bon.
Same situation Juninho found himself in at the end of the Fame Your Game Cup in
Dumfries.
2024. That was back in our home country. He succumbed to Thailand.
मेरे अझै बेल्दै छ यार थाइल्यान्डले सोर्लत क्रिस्टियानो डबल टच ल नाइस डबल टच ब्याङ हान्यो कति मिनेट्सको हुन्छ मिजु त्यही 6 मिनेट्स मात्रै होइन कति 6 हो कि कति यार फर्स्ट हाफ भइसकेछ छिटो
Del Piero standing over the corner towards Tonali. Oh, it could go anywhere. Well, Brazil can't wait for this first half to end. They might get one more chance, but well, they've delivered it right back on a plate here to Thailand.
Corner.
And it will be another corner. Juninho just needs to
Wild play there, Thailand Tambo.
He does. He's got one more corner potentially to deliver or to deal with here from the delivery of Alessandro Del Piero. Again, you don't want to go and concede just before half time.
Terrible time to concede, and wow.
What?
He almost did just then.
Jandai second goal. केटोला कस्तो चाहिँ उयो भइरहेछ हट रेट हेर्नु न 180
there. Chomkata in dreamland. Here in Riyadh, no doubt this will be the last kick of the first half. Or perhaps one more attack if the ball can continue to venture forward. No, the first half of our...
हामी माइनसमा हेरिरहेछ यार.
Southeast Asia approaching 8 PM.
सब आज उयो
Chomkata would love to reward
supporterहरु नि रहेछ नि टन्ने.
to watch this with a World Cup trophy.
It would be a bad way to reward them being staying up.
1-0 first half. Comeback हान्ला त जुनिनोले.
Grand final here, but we're back off and underway in the second half.
Jan Koller आएछ यार. Del Piero out. Fifae in. Thailand go.
Chomkata anticipating here. The ball will stay in play for the majority of this second half. Thailand in the blue shirt.
Juninho लाई त के हो हान्नै दिएको छैन त.
Trademark home strip, so recognizable, so famous at
Jan
this point
Koller.
in time, and has been for many years.
Robert Carlos.
here near side. Thailand looking at continue this grand final in the way
Koller.
they started it. Jan Koller is the target man for them now. Mbappe for Juninho. He's been very quiet in this grand final.
खोस्टिहालिरहेछ हौ अम्बो. Jan Koller. Dumfries.
Chomkata there on the far side.
फेरि क्रस. रोनाल्डो ल कस्तो रिसेभ भयो यो. गोलो यताबाट काउन्टर फेरि क्रिस्टियानो दुईटै टिममा रहेछ क्रिस्टियानो कान्टे लफ्टेड पास रोनाल्डो ल के ग्लिच भयो क्या हो यार यान कोलार ल हेडिङ त यत्तिकै जित्दो रहेछ यान कोलार डम्फ्रिज क्रिस्टियानो फेरि यताबाट कन्टै मेरो यान कोलार धरि आइरहेछ डिफेन्समा हेल्प गर्न इमेरी कमसेकम 73 भइसकेछ यार कति बुफन फर्काउला त अझै ल यताबाट पेलिरहेछ चाहिँ हो थाइल्यान्ड इमेरी यान कोलार फ्याफालियो डिटी क्रिस्टियानो ल मार्सियल टर्न ल गोल नाइस सिवी जय होस् थाइल्यान्डको मान कस्तो हान्दैन रोनाल्डोले मार्सियल टर्न हान्दिएर नेक्स्ट लेभल यार Jax MKT 3 goal for lead and
you could just see Chomkata just waiting for his moment to execute it. I thought when that ball goes into Ronaldo, he's kind of struggling to find his fingers on the phone.
Lovely.
He was just waiting. You'll see.
खोइ त यार ब्राजिललाई त एउटा चान्स हान्नु दिएको छैन.
Wonderful spin move and a beautiful control strike into that far corner.
जित्यो फिक्स बान्द्रेको दाइले.
Thailand and Chomkata.
एउटा सिंगल गेम हो कि बेस्ट अफ 3 हो यो बेस्ट अफ 3 त नहुनुपर्ने फाइनल त एउटा मात्रै हो सिंगलै होला सायद जुनिनो के भयो हाम्रो वर्ल्ड च्याम्पियनलाई आज फाइनल दिने Efootball champion.
Well, the studio was wondering, how would this crowd impact our players? Some doubts perhaps about that man. He says, doubt me now. Look at this scoreline, 2-0. Thailand lead Brazil.
His heart rate says one thing to John Gata. His actions say very much another. It looks as though he is firing on all cylinders, but to execute a move like that
trophy
in a Fifae World Cup final, ice in the veins from that young man. Juninho is going to have some work to do for the rest of this game, mind you, because there's still a little bit of time. But going into game 2, he's going to have to go right.
Let's go again.
Let's go again.
80 भयो है.
Because of course with the being aggregate score, Harry. I mean, he's going to have to go and win by at least 2 if the scoreline stays like this in game 2.
Well, if you've been joining us for the last 3 days, either in person or online,
Feeling Puskas.
often feature late goals.
पेलु पेसी भन्ने कहिले नसुने प्लेयर छ त्यो के पेलु पेसी रे नाम पनि पेलु पेसी
A precursor to some of the tactics we might see in the second leg, but this first has been all Thailand, all Chomkata. Look, the heart rate has died down just a little bit.
Yeah, I think the pressure's a little bit off him now, despite the fact that he's 2 goals ahead.
+1 Bebeto.
Last minute attack of leg number 1, Zico. Against Chiellini beats his
Bebeto आन्यो आन्यो नि यार एउटा कन्सोलेसन गोल नि भएन बेस्ट अफ उयो रहेछ 2 भन्नाले गोल टोटल गोल काउन्ट 2-0
here in the SEF arena in Riyadh.
बेस्ट अफ 2 फर्स्ट गेम थाइल्यान्डले जित्यो हैन कस्तो स्टेज त बवाल बनाएछ यार म्याच हाइलाइट्स यहाँ 2 चोटी पोल लाग्छ के हो
cannoning everywhere in that box, but then you look into where this happens here. You'll see Sorloth just
stunning shot
up to himself, volleys it home. Of course,
यहाँ क्या ग्लिच भयो
able to muster up that attacking flair that we've seen, but of course it's the second that
यहाँबाट रोनाल्डोको मार्शल टर्न सुटलक्क अनि गोल कस्तो कुल छ्या मिजु लोदारे नै भयो अझै छ चान्स टोटल गोल काउन्टबाट अहिले सेकेन्ड गेममा 2-0 हान्यो भने ड्र भइहाल्यो नि
I mean, it's hard enough to execute on a console. Imagine trying to do that with your thumbs on a mobile. It's quite brilliant, to say the very least. And even that adjective completely underplays what we saw in the environment, with having a live audience around him, with having the pressure of all of his country, as he said in his VT. Not playing for me.
कति म्याच हुन्छ र अब हिजो यो फाइनलमा चाहिँ खै बेस्ट अफ 3 हो कि के हो थाहा भएन हिजो सेमी फाइनल क्वार्टर फाइनलमा चाहिँ तपाईको 2 गेम हुन्थ्यो अनि एग्रिगेटमा जसले धेरै गोल हान्ने त्यसले जित्ने यदि दुईटै गेम ड्र भयो भने थर्ड गेम चाहिँ गोल्डन गोल हुन्थ्यो अब यसमा त्यही होला सायद फाइनलमा नि
again our 2025 domestic world champion of eFootball mobile for Brazil. It's a bit of adversity that perhaps he's not used to seeing. Obviously yesterday we mentioned the 2 golden goals
Jack Samkedi
made it really difficult for himself, of course.
चल्छ क्या यसले आज यसपालि ट्रफी
Egypt, both games going 5-4, settled by that sudden death. Now we get to see what the world champion is made of.
Yeah, it's about finding something within yourself.
Mbappe, former world champion. Semi final मा आउट भयो यार JXMKT सँगै ब्राजिलले जित्छ जस्तो छ खोइ हेरौँ अब कमब्याक हान्छ कि फर्स्ट गेम थाइल्यान्डले 2-0 हान्यो अझै चान्स छ अब यो फुटबल च्याम्पियन हो यसलाई कम ठान्नुहुन्न जुनिनोलाई हान्छ कमब्याक अहिले
Comrades, there's Japan as well. Asia out in force here in Riyadh.
बेस्ट कुरा चाहिँ अस्ति नैको यी फुटबल च्याम्पियनशिपमा हाम्रो किलर M12 दाइ यिनीहरुकै ग्रुपमा परेको थियो कि यही दुईजनासँग यसलाई चाहिँ हराइदियो किलर दाइले 2-1 उताको जुनिनोसँग चाहिँ 1-1 ड्र
Mobile champion Malaysia out. All of Southeast Asia's hopes now rest on Chomkata's shoulders, but at the moment he's showing he's got every bit of strength to withhold and withstand and hold those hopes up high.
मिम्बापे यहीसँग हारे यो थाइल्यान्डको हिजो सेमी फाइनलमा थाइल्यान्डको JXMKT सँग हेलो हाम्रो प्रवीण श्रेष्ठ मिजु यहाँ वर्ल्ड कपको फाइनल चलिरहेछ आज यी फुटबलको ब्राजिल भर्सेस थाइल्यान्ड कसले जित्छ जस्तो लागिरहेछ हजुरहरूलाई फर्स्ट गेम चाहिँ बाजी मारिसक्यो थाइल्यान्डले 2-0 ल हेरौँ अब एग्रिगेटमा कति गोल हुन्छ कमब्याक हान्ला छ ब्राजिलले कसले जित्ला मिजु अब फर्स्ट गेम हेरिकन त 2-0 लिड भइसक्यो थाइल्यान्डको उसकै अब अपर ह्यान्ड छ अहिले चाहिँ सपोर्ट त आइरहेछ है जुनिनोलाई पुरा उताबाट भुटिङ हाम्रो जापानको सोसुन ब्राजिलको जर्सी लगाइरहेको रहेछ
Japan's representative social with a Brazil shirt, certainly adopted nation and supporter.
An adopted Canary. Just incredible scenes. Absolutely incredible scenes.
थाइल्यान्डले जित्छ मिजु फाइनल हो अब कमब्याक हान्यो भने झन् इन्ट्रेस्टिङ हुन्छ क्या हेरौँ न
Let me tell you, Chomkata came out in fine form indeed.
Let's go second game.
It's now or never time. Thailand leading Brazil going into the second leg. 90 more
full
minutes
focus
of
football. Let's play. Second game.
Perhaps more if things go Brazil's way. Here in the
bad luck लाइदिएको थाइल्यान्डलाई ल सेकेन्ड गेम हियर वी गो थाइल्यान्ड सुरुदेखि 1 बार डिफेन्स डिटी रोनाल्डोको डिटी ल ब्राजिल तातिसक्यो सेकेन्ड गेममा डबल डिटिआर रोनाल्डिनो 6 यार्ड बक्स अन भयो है टार्गेट रोनाल्डोलाई हो कि मार्किनेस हो त्यो 3 नम्बर आरा हो अर्ली गोल ब्राजिललाई कमब्याक हुने चान्स है 2-1 ल एग्रिगेटमा 2-1 कमब्याक हुँदैछ है बिस्तारै माहौल तात्दैछ फाइनलको 2-1 कस्तो राम्रो यार ट्रोफी त अर्ली गोल कति भयो 6-7 मिनेट भयो होला हैन 2-1 छ है 2-1 ल जे नि हुन सक्छ गेम 4 भइरा रहेछ भक्कर डेल पिएरो रोनाल्डो यसले दुईटा फुल ब्याक युज गरिरहेछ यार अफेन्सिभ थाइल्यान्डकोले ब्याक 5 खेलिरहेछ हो 16 छ अगाडि डेल पिएरो रोनाल्डो मिडमा टोनाली र कोथियारा Robert Carlos Imere कस्तो कन्ट्रोल हान्दै नेट बेट यताबाट काउन्टर कान्डे एम्बाप्पे फेरि कान्टेलाई लफ्टेड पास ल कसरी मिस भयो यो ओहो गोल्डन चान्स थियो ड्र हुने बवाल भइरहेछ है 1-2 गोल्डन चान्स मिस भयो ब्राजिललाई जुनिनोलाई सोर्लोत डम्फ्रिज डेल पेरो रोनाल्डो 1-2 हान्छ जस्तो थियो डम्फ्रिज क्रस फेरि डेल पेरो डम्फ्रिज क्रिस्टियानो उही पास खटाए त्यसले मध्ये हेडिङ हान्छ जस्तो लागिरहेको थियो रोनाल्डोले हो यहाँनिर क्या यता पास खटाइदिँदा कि ल टक्कर 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 परिरहेछ है थाइल्यान्ड थाइल्यान्ड हो
This is exactly how Brazil scored their goal.
रोनाल्डो ओइ ओइ ल हाने हाने यार थाइल्यान्डको थर्ड गोल दुईटाले कर्नरमा छिराइदियो यार 3-1 के हो गेम ओभर भन्दैछ क्या अहिले जेएक्सएमकेटी को 2 को लीड 3-1 रोनाल्डो हुने रहेछ यसको गोल हान्ने आम्बो होगी क्या फेरि 1 बार डिफेन्स अन एन्कोलो काउन्टर नेनो कन्ट्रोल क्रिस्टियानो
been here before in FIFA tournaments in the final for Brazil against Thailand.
मार्शल टन ल यसले त कस्तो हानेको यार आम्बो जेएक्सएमकेटीले त हानेको हानेछ त अघिदेखि मार्शल टन
just the press from Chomkata is wild.
It's
impressive how he's able to do this on mobile.
फेरि सोर्लो टार्गेट म्यान क्रिस्टियानो फेरि हान्छ डिटी वेट हट रेट त कति छ 172 छ यार एम्बापे क्रिस्टियानो एम्बापे ल चान्स मिस भएको भइ छ यताबाट फेरि ब्राजिललाई सोर्लोतलाई कटाउने सोर्लोतले हानिरहेछ यताबाट हेडिङबाट यता पास सेकेन्ड बल विन हानेको हानेछ क्या थाइल्यान्डले डम्फ्रिज सोर्लोत फेरि यताबाट चाहिँ भेट्यो हौ फेरि फर्स्ट हाफ फेरि 1-1 एग्रिगेट 3-1 आम्मा कतिजना पुगेर रहेछ त है सपोर्टमा Saudi esports.
Another guys on the sofa mentioned, you've mentioned it as well. 4 points for a possible 6. Thailand took off Brazil in the group stage. Now you're in the knockout. There isn't room for a draw anymore.
चले ल सेकेन्ड हाफ चालु भइसकेछ डेल पिएरो फेरि ल थाइल्यान्ड नै पेल्दैछ अझै कार्लोसको क्रस सोर्लोत ओहो
really dangerous that time, defended well. This is such a composed and impressive performance by Chomkata after the first 3 group stage games where I was left wanting more. picking up just 1 point from their
फेरि
first
अट्याकिङ फुलब्याकहरुलाई
stage
हान्यो
outings.
क्रस हान्यो
Tom Kata has turned the
टक्क
corner.
ट्याक्टिस त त्यस्तो छ त थाइल्यान्ड
So
काम
close
गरिरहेछ
for making history for his nation.
Yeah, he certainly went back to the lab after that, what he would probably feel for himself was that disappointing performance. Now he's getting to see the fruits of that work,
हामीलाई त जुनिनोले कमब्याक
that preparation, that sacrifice. We've heard all of the players here, both across mobile and console, talk about how much these players sacrifice and prep time.
मान्छेहरु त टन्नै पुगेर रहेछ त यार हेर्नलाई म यी फुटबलको क्रेज त के रप्पा हुँदैछ त हो
Like micro steps away from becoming the Fifae Worldcup champion.
Brazil looking down the barrel of elimination in what is their fourth Fifae World Cup final appearance in 4 years.
Coming on the field, number 19, Bebeto, number 17.
We will need to see that championship mentality.
आराहो 56 भइसक्यो छ है कमब्याक हान्छ कि हान्दैन अब इनेटको एग्रिगेट छ
World champions.
हर्टबिट त अझै यो त जुनिनो कुलमा खेलिरहेछ खेल्नु चाहिँ कान्टे बेबेटो हान्छ यसले कर्नरमा चाहिँ यिनीहरूको चान्स भने कर्नरमा 2 गोलै कर्नरबाट भएको छैन हेरौँ है के हुन्छ यहाँबाट
Fast mobile goes, the time much quicker.
6 यार्ड बक्स हैन रोनाल्डो
headed away by the tie defense.
कस्तो मजाले गरिरहेको थियो यो पास क्यान्सिल ल यता काउन्टर भेरे र्याफालियो ल बच्यो यार बच्यो त्यो नत्र त गेम ओभर टाइपको भएको थियो बुफन हो रहेछ किपर बच्यो बबाल गयो थ्रु बल यसले नै हान्छ है फेरि कर्नरमा
I know you'd probably want to score in that scenario, Harry, but corner, it's not too bad. At least you've not put it out for a goal kick.
Very true. You get that corner, you get the territory that comes with it.
Silence on Brazil fans.
That man needs to dig so deep, Wes, so deep. He needs to show the heart of a champion.
He's got to summon all of that experience that he's got.
कति 60 भयो है 60 भनेपछि अझै छ चान्स 2 गोल हान्नु पर्यो ड्र हुनलाई
Again, we have to remember back in that knockout phase, it took golden goal against both Greece and against Egypt just for Juninho to get to this moment. So he's been kind of really living on the edge pretty much since he got out of the group.
JXMKT तर विन नै हो उनीहरूलाई किनभने यस्तो भर्खर स्टार्ट हो अस्तिको वर्षको च्याम्पियनी एम्बाप्पे यो वर्ष भर्खर सेकेन्ड टाइम हुँदैछ फ्युचरमा अझै हुन्छ चान्स टन्ने तिनेक थाइल्यान्ड 3 ब्राजिल 1 ल ट्याक्टिस लाउँदैछन् अझै केटाहरूले फ्यान त डरो रहेछ रप्पा माथि तल खर्च चाहिँ डर हाने रहेछ
changes to make. Do you change shape? Do you change substitutes, as we can hear from the game?
65 भइरहेको रहेछ
for Tom Kata.
Number 6, Oliveira. Coming on the field, number 21.
यान कोलर आएछ है सब्स्टिट्युट ए त्यो दुईटा टार्गेट म्यान युज गरिरहेछ ए हैन रहेछ ड्यान यान कोलर ल खाली थियो यार
Collar didn't even
Onana
jump for that
yaar
one. Importantly for
back
Thailand,
pass
they have possession.
double bar on
The more you keep
full
possession,
defense
the
Thailand
more
go
you're going to be able to run down that clock, but
Yan Kolar
you need to make
Onana
sure you don't give it away carelessly. That's nice
lovely
pressing
जान्थ्यो
by
त्यो गएको
Juninho.
भए त
Brazil
lovely chance हुन्थ्यो
with just over 15 minutes left.
Alvarez
Would love a goal
Puskas
here soon. Puskas,
Alvarez
Alvarez,
cross
crossed
Bebeto
it towards Bebeto. Does his best.
फेरि
They'll recycle
Rodri.
this. Rodri
ल भयो
tries to
यताबाट
feed any yellow shirt
अगाडि
that's
कोही
there, but
छैन
there's not a canary in sight. Approaching 10 minutes left.
फुल बार अन छ है यता फेरि
Zico
यान कोलार
dispossessed. Anywhere will
हो
do for
लिडलाई
Thailand.
बचाउने एनी हाउ थाइल्यान्डको काम त्यति काटुसो
Rodri turns his
लभली
man.
टर्न यार रोड्रिगो अल्भारेज
Alvarez, that's just too wayward, too much juice on it.
यान कोलारले जित्यो
Collar.
ल
He wins there,
प्र्याक्टिसले
and
काम
that is
हानिरहेछ ऊ
wanted as
थाइल्यान्डलाई
far as the eye can see for Thailand.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic from Amadou Onana. And we expected to pick the ball up and drive forward, and instead for Thailand, they know.
त्यही हो अब क्रस के अरे डबल बार अन बल उडाउने
It's not pretty.
जे होस् लिडलाई जोगाउने
It's game management. It's trying to take it away. You know you are moments from taking this world title.
जुनिनोले ट्राई हान्दैछ उसको अट्याकरलाई यता तान्नलाई नो प्रब्लम ऊ सेन्टर नै कटेको छैन थाइल्यान्डको प्लेयरहरू गाटुसो
It's given away by Brazil.
द्याट्स प्र्याक्टिस यही हो क्या उडाउने अब
Booted into touch.
नाइस
Thailand just taking as much time as possible. Down from that clock in the top left. There's a smile on the
88
face of
हो
John
ल
Catter.
नो
I
चान्स
think
भन्दा
he
नि हुन्छ
knows
हेरौँ मिराकल हुन्छ कि
exactly what I suspect.
यताबाट अब ब्राजिलको अट्याकरलाई तान्नु खोज्दैछ सकेन अब सेन्टरै कटेर रहेछ कोही नि यताबाट डबल बार
Defeat
अन
of Bebeto, there is
चिले नि
4 minutes added on. But the
Clear the
ball
ball.
has stayed in play, and those 4 minutes will agonizingly tick away from Brazil. It's been such a long road. So much doubt, so much
Bebeto,
uncertainty
Zico,
here.
back
As
pass,
Firmino
Kante,
might get one
lofted.
back here late. But Chiellini to the rescue.
चान्सै
This
छैन
one
यार
back
त्यत्रो
on,
छ
but
डिफेन्ड
shifted. But
बस पार्क हुँदैछ अनि
Thailand have
न्यू
done it.
होल च्याम्पियन हाम्रो जेएक्स एमकेटी थाइल्यान्डबाट है ल
John Catter,
यी फुटबल फिफा यी फुटबल होल च्याम्पियन
you are FIFA
ब्रो
Worldcup champion.
$30,000 प्राइज पुल
They rise above them all.
$30,000 भने त कम हो त नि
Thailand, they are worthy.
जिजी यार कङ्ग्रेचुलेसन जेएक्स एमकेटी
World Cup final.
वेल प्लेड यार उयो हाम्रो जुनिनो त अब च्याम्पियनै भइहाल्यो यार जहिले
A big battle in that
जहिले
second
जहिले
game,
होइन
but it wasn't enough
च्याम्पियनले बबाल
to
खेल्यो
overturn
जिजी
the
जिजी
deficit that John Catter had left them in from game one.
A worthy winner. He
कस्तो
came
लाग्यो त
in,
म्याच केटाहरूले
counted out by everyone. But now he has
Jax
put
MKT.
Thailand on the very, very top of the tree.
है नाम राख्दै हिस्ट्री
And as they both have shown all tournament long, there is nothing but respect for their fellow competitors. What a final we just
Nice,
saw.
nice.
What a performance by that man, 23 years of age.
कसले जित्यो थाइल्यान्डले जित्यो यार यसपालिको फिफा यी फुटबल वर्ल्ड कप
For his nation, he stood up tall.
एग्रिगेटमा फाइनलमा ब्राजिल 1 थाइल्यान्ड 3
Fantastic performance and achievement from him.
Big commiseration
जुनिनो यार
to the
यो
champion
जिजी यार
of the
यो
world.
मान्छे
Juninho.
एकदम
But
खतरा छ यार
today,
लास्ट
there was only one winner.
यही हो यसपालिको च्याम्पियन जेएक्स एमकेटी फेरि ब्राजिलले हार्यो
Congratulations again to Thailand. I'd like everybody to give us a round of applause and welcome to the stage our VIP guests to
fan
award
moment.
our medals. It has been a long and grueling journey for our players.
ट्रोफी आउँदैछ है ट्रोफी अब मेडल फर्स्ट प्राइज $30,000 सेकेन्ड प्राइज $18,000 थर्डमा कति थियो यार थर्ड सेमी फाइनलिस्टहरूलाई कति थियो जिजी यार सब वेल प्लेड यिनीहरू त अब धेरैको उयो भयो नि त इन्सपिरेसन धेरैलाई इन्सपायर मोटिभेट हाने होइन त्यही हो ठुलो कुरा यहाँ गएर खेल्नै Mr. Kobayashi Senior. Bro.
Give it up for your silver medalist, Brazil.
JXMKT. Runner up हाम्रो जुनिनो सेकेन्ड प्लेस अस्तिको eFootball च्याम्पियनशिपको चाहिँ विनर जिजी थियो यार ग्रुप स्टेजहरुमा त हल्का मजा थियो यार जुनिनोले R9 इयर कट आइकनिक हुन्छ है पछि The world champion यसपालिको world champion JXMKT. Here we go. है थाइल्यान्डबाट पास कस्तो फिल भइरहेको है ल धाम्बो यी फुटबलको अनि वर्ल्ड कप विनर कोचले पनि पाउँदो रहेछ त मेरो
Congratulations once more to our victors, Thailand. Milosh, I believe you want to ask them a couple questions.
Absolutely. John Kata, congratulations on this massive win. Congratulations both to you and to Thailand. I just want to ask you, how does it feel to finally have your first major international victory?
Yeah, I'm very proud because now is the first tournament for Thailand. I want to thank you for my coach. It's very important for me because if not have him, I cannot do champion. And I thank for my team for Thailand, for support. Yeah, dream come true.
Absolutely, a dream come true. Anything you'd like to say to all the fans, all the nation in Thailand watching you lift gold and receive this trophy after this massive tournament?
Yeah, thank you for Thailand fans for support me because this is the wrong tournament. I wait for this tournament in a long time. And now, I promise for Thailand fan, I will be champion. Thank you.
The champion indeed. One more time for Jongkata. Please, you may go and collect what is rightfully yours.
Hello, World Cup champion. Thailand JXMKT. Trophy उचालेको हेर्दियौ. पास ट्रोफी फेरि कस्तो बबाल छ डिजाइन.
Say oh. Champion John Kata representing Thailand.
Nice yaar, congratulations हाम्रो JXMKT. Guys, trophy को डिजाइन हेर न पोए $30,000 क्वाप है कन्सोलको चाहिँ अहिले एकछिनमा होला 8 बजेपछि होला कन्सोलको आज पोल्यान्ड भर्सेस को थियो इटाली भर्सेस पोल्यान्ड छ कन्सोलको फाइनल चाहिँ ब्रो जिजी त भन्नै पर्दैन उनीहरु त अलवेज जिजी हो नि त्यहाँ लेभल भनेको कहाँ हो त अलवेज जिजी यिनीहरू यहाँको पार्टिसिपेन्टहरू अलवेज ओपीहरू होइन सब प्रो
Well, what a deserved champion Chomkata is for Thailand. We spoke about
$30,000 को आप पाइंदा अम्बो कम द कति हो यार $30,000 भने
We've seen that over the last 4 days, but luck, it's nothing to do with luck. He had the talent and the skill in
remember the name JXMKT
in that final when it really mattered.
खतरा छाप छोडियो भयो थाइल्यान्डको कन्सोलबाट जेन्सुई यिनीहरूले गर्छ
Brilliant result from Thailand. Just being, oh yeah, Thailand won that game. We moved on in. Oh, Thailand won that game. Okay. Oh, but he keeps winning games. He wins his games through the knockouts and wins it when it matters in that grand final. Brilliant performance from top to bottom, from the start of the game on top immediately, finding that 2-goal lead, and then riding his luck through a couple of chances up against Brazil.
कन्सोलको त कभर नहान्नु अब भरे आएर यसो कप हान्नुपर्छ विनरको के हो सेरोमनी हुने होला कि हिन्ड हुन्छ अब यतिकै
In the last 2 games, he started the game very, let's say, comfortably. He scored the first, he scored the second. He could have scored more, but he just slow it down. Even in the second leg, he didn't rush things off. Even when Juninho missed that very, let's say, easy chance, but he came back, he scored the
यसपालिको वर्ल्ड च्याम्पियन थाइल्यान्डबाट JXMKT
massive congratulations, amazing player, totally worth a champion.
त्यस्तो हो नि त
He's still so calm. It's like he's just done a regular matchup online.
I mean, when we saw that first goal in, he didn't even celebrate. Second goal, we saw a little bit of a smirk, and finally the third goal, that's when we saw his emotions. But as Chris mentioned, he's just quietly gone through this whole tournament. We haven't really spoken about him, and I'm just happy Southeast Asia 2 years in a row. We're the dominant nation.
Yeah, of course, Malaysia 12 months ago, and now Thailand.
भविष्यमा नेपाली देख्नु पाउने यसरी नेपाली प्लेयरहरु गएको नि
because this is the moment that you let's say highlight all the work, all the time, all the pressure you have been through. Now he is the happiest man on earth because he achieved what he came for, and not only that, but he won it in a style.
How will this moment change his life, if it does at all?
Of course, in so many ways. Now he will definitely feel that he is a little bit different because he is the champion, and also because in media-wise, there are so many people who would love to take a picture with him.
There were 2 nations obviously represented in this grand final. We've talked about our champion. We have to talk about our valiant runner-up here as well in Juninho, because what a performance he's put on for the last 4 days.
He's been incredible, but there's been so many ups and downs, and there has been a couple of gaps here and there, but he's somehow managed to get himself through them. But it was when it kind of ran out of that grand final. We said, I mean, Abdulaziz said to me immediately, as soon as he missed that chance, he said he will regret that. And that's that moment. That's the moment that changed the game entirely. If he scores that 2-2, the momentum is going in one direction. Only he will be thinking about that for weeks.
Why do you miss those shots in a grand final?
Honestly, maybe pressure, maybe a lack of focus,
but it was so easy for him just to put it
in the near post or even far post, but he decided to take the other way around.
Slightly wide, wasn't it, with Mbappe, with Mbappe to the right, I think it was, of the goal there. In terms of, still I'm going to keep to Brazil, he seems like he can't quite deal with his emotions, Ali, when it comes to the crunch time when he's under pressure.
Champion!
Because throughout the entire tournament, we've known Brazil to be constant attackers, going for goals, but today in this final, we just didn't see it. It's almost as though he was too scared to attack, the pressure of the moment, and it's the emotional side. It's fantastic, but it just seems like the situation just got too much for him.
Still young. Obviously, he has been world champion earlier in the year, and now runner-up. A massive year for him nonetheless.
Yeah, huge. I mean, making that grand final, and of course for the Brazilian nation, already a world champion.
कन्सोलको कति बजे रहेछ फाइनल 8 कति देखेको थियो है
and I think the emotion didn't just quite get going for him. It felt as if he was never really, it didn't take it by the horns.
भरे हान्दिमै कप अहिले अब सकिहाल्यो आजको फाइनल
Very much has the ability to
भरे
do
हान्नुपर्छ
better than
कप
he did in that grand final. And I know the heart rate side of things, you know,
क्याश प्राइज आउँदैछ के रे उयो चेक आउँदैछ क्या हो $30,000 के छ सब ठिक छ मिजु आज हाम्रो वर्ल्ड च्याम्पियन थाइल्यान्डको JXMKT
maybe read into it too much. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know about heart rates.
Runner up Brazil बाट जुनिनो भयो है.
Where you sort of think to yourself, okay, what was he really in that moment today? Was he maybe a little bit tired? Was there something else on his mind? Was he nervous? And did that just maybe not bring that A level from him?
तर त हल्का मचाइदिएको थियो ग्रुप स्टेजहरुमा नि.
He will come again next year, no doubt of that.
USD $30,000 bro. $30,000 भने कति हो त आम्बो.
2 goals, not too much, but what is that actually like?
गेम खेलेर नि त्यत्रो हान्दिन्छ.
You know that you do not only need to come back in the game, but you need to stop conceding goals, and that's really hard. On the other side, I mean, the most, let's say, risky result that you can concede is just 2 goals, because this is like where you can, if you just manage to come back with only 1 goal, you can definitely come back for the second.
ल अब भरे बेलुका गोअप हान्नु पर्छ है त. अहिलेलाई चाहिँ इन हान्दिम. अब इनहरुको के होला अब. अहिले कन्सोलको हुन्छ यसपछि 8 बजेतिर पोल्यान्ड भर्सेस इटाली के सेरोमनी हुन्छ होला. हामी चाहिँ मोबाइलको मात्रै कभर हान्दिम. भरे कोअप हान्नु पर्छ ल है त मिचहरु. नाइस है सबलाई.